Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS Edtech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICTS Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na Pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Happy ETUlay Monday afternoon, senior high school students are taking up General Chemistry 2. This is again Tutor Ann who will assist you in learning the lesson for Week 4, Quarter 4. If you want to watch again the previous online tutorial, you may revisit the Facebook page of DepEd Edtech Unit, DepEd Philippines, and DepEd Tayo, and also sa YouTube channel ng DepEd Edtech Unit, DepEd TV. So like what we always do, I always share to you how to have a positive mindset. So for this week, what I will share with you is to start every day with a positive note. So starting every day with a positive note, you are responsible with your own sanity. You are responsible with your own happiness. Give it to yourself. Say something good about you to boost your confidence. And syempre, para ma-release din yung mga happy hormones in you. Another is to start every day with a smile on your face. If your smile can brighten someone's day, how much more to your own day? So if you do not feel positive today, you may try doing this to yourself. Look at the mirror and say good things about you and remind yourself that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. So if God loves me, I'm sure God loves you too. So for this afternoon, the most essential learning competency that we are going to discuss is define oxidation and reduction reactions. It has a code STEM GC11AB, Quarter 4, Week F to G, objective number 169. And also balance redox reaction using the change in oxidation number, which has a code STEM GC11AB, Quarter 4, Week F to G, objective number 170. Okay. So, check ko lang kung bago ako mag-start ng discussion, check ko lang sinong ating unang nag-comment. So, nandito si Nagladil, Gamongan, Althea, Daniel, Tricia Galindo. Sige, continue tagging para ma-remind sila na ETUlay tutorial for chemistry ngayon. So, what is an oxidation reduction reaction? An oxidation reduction reaction is any chemical reaction in which the oxidation number of a molecule, atom, or ion changes by gaining or losing an electron. So napag-aralan nyo to nung junior high school kayo, pag nag-gain ng electron, pag nag-lose ng electron, oxidation ba siya o reduction ba siya? And I know na-encounter nyo na rin yun ni Munix na ibibigay ko later. So redox reaction, bakit ba natin siya pinag-aaralan? Redox reactions are common and vital to some of the basic functions of life, including photosynthesis, respiration, combustion, corrosion, or rusting. Okay, oxidation, for us to further understand what we mean by oxidation and reduction in terms of electron transfer, so oxidation is the loss of electrons during a reaction by a molecule, atom, or ion. So ang mnemonics na ginagamit dito usually at nakikita sa internet ay LEO. So ano ibig sabihin ng LEO? Pag may loss of electron or nag-lose ng electron, the process is oxidation. Okay, another, oxidation occurs when the oxidation state of a molecule, atom, or ion is increased. Kaya minodify ko yung mnemonics na available sa internet. Dinagdagan ko siya ng ION tsaka RA. So this becomes Leonora. Ano ibig sabihin ng Leonora? Loss of electron or loose electron. There is an increase in the oxidation number. The process is oxidation, and the substance is the reducing agent. Another, the definition naman of the reduction is gain of electron. So usually, ang makikita nyo sa internet na mnemonics for this is GER. So ano ibig sabihin ng GER? Gain electron. The process is reduction. But again, I modified it kasi ang sumunod na statement sa definition ay the oxidation state of an atom, molecule, or ion decreases. So pag nagkaroon ng decrease in the oxidation number, so dinagdagan ko ang mnemonics ng DON. So it becomes Jedon-Roa. Ano ibig sabihin ng Jedon-Roa? Gain electron, decrease oxidation number. So pag bumaba ang oxidation number, reduction siya. So that is the oxidizing agent. So sabi ni Vibro Sand, hi tutor, watching via YouTube. And then si Trisha, so ayan, sige, continue tagging, nagsisimula pa rin naman tayo. Sige. So here, definitely in learning the lesson for redox reaction, kailangan alam natin on how to assign oxidation state. Kailangan alam natin ang oxidation state ng bawat element sa chemical equation. So the first rule for assigning the oxidation state is the oxidation state of an individual atom is 0. Okay? The oxidation state of an individual atom is 0. For example, FeS. So a solid iron, the oxidation state of that is 0. Okay? That is an individual atom. Pag naman this one is individual molecule, this is a diatomic molecule, its oxidation state is also 0. Okay, so that's rule number 1. Oxidation state of an individual atom or neutral species or molecule is 0. Number 2, the total oxidation state of all atoms in a neutral species is 0. So anong example nun? We have Fe2O3. So yung Fe2O3, ang total niyan ay 0. Ang kanyang overall charge ay 0. Okay. So paano yung overall charge niya ay 0? So for example, we know that oxygen belongs to group 6. So tatanggap siya ng 2 electron. So ang charge niya ay -2. Then we know naman that we know also that iron has a charge of +3. So +3 times 2, that is +6. Plus +6 plus -6, that is equal to 0. That's why Fe2O3 is a neutral species and has an overall charge of 0. And in an ion is equal to the ion charge. So for example, ng ion charge is Fe2 plus or Fe2 positive in aqueous solution. So iron 2 positive. The total oxidation ng ion ay kung ano yung kanyang charge, yun din ang kanyang oxidation state. So kung makikita nyo na Fe2 positive, yun na yung charge niya, Fe2 positive. Okay. For rule number 3, group 1 metals have an oxidation state of positive 1, and group 2 has an oxidation state of positive 2. Okay, what are the elements that belongs to group 1A? So yung lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, since they all belong to group 1A, their charge is positive 1. So usually na may memorize na natin yan na ang charge ni Li ay positive 1, ni Na positive 1, potassium, rubidium, and cesium. Ganon din sa group 2 elements. So yung mga elements that belong to group 2, they have a charge of positive 2. Okay? So, katulad ni Be, beryllium, positive 2, magnesium, positive 2. So, dahil lagi natin yung nagagamit, ang charge niya na may memorize na natin yung kanyang oxidation state. So, si calcium, positive 2, si strontium, positive 2, ganun din si barium, positive 2. Okay, Alan Palais, wala pa akong tanong. May 1A ka na. Okay. So, ayan. So, nakakatuwa na yung mga students natin ay tagging all their classmates para ma-share natin sa kanila tong lesson. For rule number 4, the oxidation state of fluorine is negative 1. So, memorize na natin yan na si fluorine, dahil yan ay merong valence electron na 7, kulang na lang siya ng isa. So, tatanggap siya ng isa, kaya ang charge niya ay negative 1. Okay? So, the charge of fluorine is negative 1. So, those elements that belong to group 7, na may 7 valence electron, sila ay may oxidation state na negative 1. Okay, for number 5, hydrogen generally has oxidation state of positive 1. Bakit generally? Kasi di ba ang charge ni hydrogen pwedeng positive 1, pwedeng negative 1. Pero dahil nga si hydrogen ay may isang valence electron, generally, ibibigay na niyan. Tsaka mas madali para kay hydrogen bitawan ang isang electron kesa sa kay fluorine na may 7 electron, medyo kailangan niya ng mataas na energy para bitawan yung kanyang 7 electron. Unlike kay hydrogen na isa yung electron na kailangan niyang bitawan. So generally, siya yung binibigay na niya yung kanyang isang electron. Okay. Shout out kay Franco at sa mga ibang students pa, kay Nodi, yan, kay Romar, kay Dayan, kay Clement, and kay Rob. So malamang sila ay mga taga-Tabuk City. Okay, next is, okay, so ang charge nga pala ni hydrogen dito ay H positive kasi binigay na nga niya yung isa. Isa na lang meron siya, binigay pa niya. Char. Next, number 6. Rule number 6. Oxygen generally has an oxidation state of negative 2 in compounds. So maraming compounds na may oxygen. So malamang ma-memorize na natin na si oxygen na ang charge niya ay negative 2. Bakit negative 2? Si oxygen kasi ay merong 6. Okay. Ay, magsulat. Oxygen ay may 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dalawa ang kulang niya. So, mabibigyan siya ng dalawa. So, ang charge niya ay negative 2. Nangangailangan siya ng dalawa. Or nag-receive siya ng dalawang electron. So, ang charge niya ay negative 2. Okay, rule number 7. In binary metal compounds, pag sinabi nating binary metal, it is a combination of a metal and those elements that belongs to group 15, 16, 17, yung mga non-metal elements. So, yung mga non-metal elements na nasa group 17, they are yung in group 7. Dahil group 7 yan, lahat sila ay may valence electron na 7. So, ang kailangan na lang nila ay isang electron. So, kung tatanggap sila ng electron, their charge will be negative 1. Si oxygen na group 6, ang kailangan nila ay dalawa. So, pag tumanggap sila ng dalawang electron, their charge would be negative 2. So, yung oxygen, yung sulfur, sila ay mga negative 2, yung kanyang mga charges. Next, si nitrogen naman, group 5, ang kailangan niya ay 3. So, ang charge niyan ay -3. So, and so on, yung mga elements na belongs to group 5. Okay, so those are the rules in assigning oxidation number to each element present in the chemical equation or chemical reaction. So let us answer this equation. Let us determine the oxidation state of each element in the following reaction. Sige nga, bilang panimula, kindly guess what is the charge of Ag or of solid Ag. What do you think is the charge? Sabi yan sa rule number 1. Okay, this identifying the oxidation number is under rule number 1, tong solid Ag. What do you think is the charge? Sige nga po, kindly type in your answer sa comment section. Okay, so let us wait for our students. Nga pala, the reason why I'm wearing my face shield kasi nasa school ako ngayon. Naabutan si Tutor Ann ng ulan. So nandito ako sa school, buti na lang at may internet. So sabi ni Susan Perez Labenya, the charge is 0. Okay. So very good. That is correct. Sabi din ni Diane Grace, ni Ortega and Franco, ni Faisa Abdul, ni Rob, na sobrahan. Okay, so 0. Sa H2S, sabi dito, determine the oxidation states of each element. So dito, bawat element i-identify natin. So hindi lang yung overall charge niya. Since walang nakalagay, this is 0. Pero identify natin yung oxidation state of each element. So si S, ano naman ang charge ni S? Makakasanayan na natin or mamememorize na natin yung pag-identify ng oxidation state pag lagi natin ginagamit. So for S, what is the charge of S? Since this belongs to group 6, what do you think is the charge of sulfur in H2S? Sige nga po. Okay, yung sagot nila Cyrus, nila Nor, nila Sabina, yun yung para sa Ag. Silver. Okay, paano naman sa H2S? What is the charge of S in the H2S? Okay, since S belongs, yes, sabi ni Susan Perez Labenya, the charge is -2. That is correct. So this is -2. Dahil -2 yan na belongs to group 6, this one has a subscript of 1, -2 times 1 is -2. What is the number that are we going to put in here para maging equal siya sa 0? Kasi ang overall charge ni H2S ay 0. What is the charge of hydrogen in this compound? What is the charge? Yes, sabi ni Trisha, ni Jezabel, ni John Ray, ni Alessandra, si sulfur ay -2, sabi din ni Ruth Lynn. Pero now, sabi din ni J.N. and ni John Bryce, ni Jefferson. Now, what I'm asking is about the charge of hydrogen. What is the charge? Sabi din ni Susan, sumagot na si Susan Labenya. Thank you, Susan, for being, participating. So, the charge of hydrogen is +1. So, +1 times 2 is +2. So, the overall charge of H2S will be 0. +2 plus -2 is 0. So, yan. So, nagpa-participate na rin sina Jeya, Demetria, Nina Sabina, Ruthlyn, Junimi, Floyd, Delma, Annalisa, Sheena, Ira. So, ayun. Next, Ag2S. What is the charge? Si Ag sa reactant side, 0. Pero na-combine na siya with the S, what do you think will be the charge of Ag and S in this compound? Okay, alam natin na kapag walang nakalagay dyan, the overall oxidation state is 0 ng buong compound na yan. Let us identify the oxidation state of each element. So yung S, ang S ay, anong charge ni S ulit? Nasa group 6, so ang charge niya ay So your answer is positive 1. Siguro mamaya pag nag-answer kayo, mas maganda pag may mga compound, no, para ano, kasi for me to identify kung para saan ba yung sinasagot nyo. So this one is S. What is the charge of S? Since S belongs to group 6, it needs how many electrons for that to become stable? Positive 1 for AG and negative 2 for S. Thank you, Susan, for participating. So this is negative 2. Thank you, that is correct. And positive 1 for AG. So yes. So silver, positive 1. 1 times 2 is positive 2. Tapos ito, 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Positive 2 plus negative 2, that has an overall charge of 0. Okay, so thank you, John Bryce. S negative 2 daw. Sabi din ni Franco, positive 1 pertaining to silver. Ni Ira, negative 2 pertaining to sulfur. Now, my question is for hydrogen. What is the charge or the charge of hydrogen on the product side? Charge ni hydrogen gas. Okay, si hydrogen gas, so you are answering all for sulfur. Now, what I'm asking is for hydrogen gas. What is the overall charge of that diatomic molecule? Sabi ni, may nagsagot na, ni Susan ulit, Perez, Labenya, okay, that the charge is 0. Okay, sabi din ni Haifa, Kosain. Tama ba? Kosain. Yes, so the overall charge of a diatomic molecule is 0. So it is important that you know how to identify the oxidation state of each element in the chemical reaction. Okay, practice tayo naman in this compound. Okay, we have Na3PO3. Magsimula tayo kay oxygen kasi alam na natin yung kay oxygen. What is the charge of oxygen? Ma-identify na natin yan. Since it belongs to group 6, the charge will be negative 2. Sige, lagay ko na. Pero you will identify later what will be the charge of P. Okay, so dito, the charge is negative 2. So negative 2 times positive 3 is negative 6. Tapos si sodium, alam naman natin that it belongs to group 1, the charge of sodium is positive 1. So 1 times 3 is positive 3. Pero hindi natin alam kung ilan ang ano ang charge ni phosphorus. So ano ang charge ni phosphorus? We have, so kung ito ay negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and then 1 times 3 is positive 3, what is the charge of phosphorus? Sabi ni Franco ay positive 3. Okay? Sabi din ni Terence Eslava. Okay. Sabi ni si Annalisa nag-answer. Okay, sabi ni Susan Labenya, ang charge din ni P ay positive 3. Sabi din ni Ja Magnual, positive 3. Sabi ni Sunshine Guevara, positive 3. Ganon din sabi ni Marichu, Sabina, and Denzel Don Sarol. So, ang charge nito ay positive 3. So, this one has a subscript of 1. So, 3 times 1 is positive 3. So, positive 3 plus positive 3 plus negative 6, this would equal to neutral species with has an overall charge of 0, which is an overall charge of 0. So, medyo napapractice na, nare-recall nyo na yung pag-identify natin ng oxidation state. Let us proceed with H2PO4. Si H2PO4 ay hindi neutral or hindi 0 ang kanyang overall charge. Meron siyang negative 1. Merong negative 1 siyang charge. So, since oxygen has negative 2, okay, so 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Then we know very well that hydrogen has positive 1. So 2 times positive 1 is positive 2. Okay, lagyan natin ng positive 2. Nakikita niyo ba? Ay, malabo yata pag nasa screen. Change ko. Wait lang ha, palitan ko yung ink. Okay, ulitin ko lang. Si H2PO4 may negative na charge siya, yung overall negative 1. We know very well that oxygen has a charge of negative 2. So 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And we know for a fact that hydrogen belongs to group 1, so it has a charge of positive 1. So positive 1 times 2 is positive 2. Now, let us identify the charge of your phosphorus. Positive 2, tapos we don't know the charge of the phosphorus, and add that to the negative 8. Kailangan ang overall charge ay equal to negative 1. So what are we going to put to P, the value of P, para ang maging, it will equal to negative 1, yung overall charge. What is the value of our P? So yes, sabi ni Jaya Demetrial, the value of P is 5. So the value of P is positive 5. This one is positive 1. Linawan ko lang. So positive 2 plus positive 5 plus negative 8, it will give us negative 1. Yun yung overall charge niya, kaya nga may negative dito, di ba? So sabi din ni Jezabel, ni Alessandra, ni Andrea, ni Kunyap, ni Ravin, ni Glydil, Gamongan, ni Magnual, Andrea, Balangag, Ngan, Dumilam. Wait lang. Okay, ayun mag-move. Wait lang, sayang para mabasa ko yung messages. Okay, sabi din ni Ira, ni Ella. So si Terence, sumobra-sobra, naging 55. Okay. Next, for this equation, zinc. So nakita natin na single atom lang siya. Alam natin, sinabi sa rule kanina, kapag single atom, it has no charge. This is an atom. What is the charge of our zinc? Okay, and then you're going to identify the charge of 2H positive. So this time, hindi nyo pa po muna ita-times sa coefficient niya. So yung zinc, ano ang charge ni zinc? Okay, let us wait for our students. What is the charge of zinc in this equation? So nag-answer sila Althea, sila Ferdinand Oriando. So that is for the, medyo mabagal yata internet. That is for yung H2PO4 negative 1 kanina. So for the zinc, since this is an atom, the charge of zinc is, sabi ni Jaya Demetrial, nakita ko na ang sagot, ay 0. Okay, so ang charge nito ay 0. This one, ang charge nito ay positive 1. Okay, hindi pa muna natin i-multiply sa kanyang coefficient. This one has a charge of 2 positive. And syempre, katulad nung kanina, this is a diatomic molecule, its charge is 0. Okay, marunong na kayo mag-identify ng oxidation state or oxidation number. Now, what we're going to do is you are going to identify or you are going to write the half reaction. So, paano naman yung pagsulat ng half reaction? So, makikita nyo na si zinc from 0 naging positive 2. So, let me rewrite that. Zinc na ang charge ay 0, naging zinc na 2 positive. Okay. What have you noticed? Diba nagkaroon ng increase? Sabi ni Daniel, ni Sally, ni Ruthlyn, ni Gladil, ni Andrea, Dumilam, ang sagot nila ay 0. Sabi din ni John Ray Matamu, ni Princess, ni Kunyap, ang value ng zinc ay 0. Okay, pero yung zinc na yon, after niya mag-react with hydrogen, naging 2 positive na siya. So there is an increase in the oxidation number. Let us remember na pag nag-increase ang oxidation number, so that is Leonora. Pag nag-increase daw ang kanyang oxidation number, so this is an oxidation reaction. So ibig sabihin, this is the oxidation half reaction. Okay, itong zinc na to. It is important naman kung kanina nag-identify kayo ng kanyang oxidation state, ngayon you are going to write the half reaction of the chemical equation. So, this one, the half reaction of this equation is zinc. From 0, yung oxidation state naging zinc 2 positive. And now, the other half reaction is 2H positive becomes H2. So, this has a charge of 0. So, yung positive 1 naging 0. Ano ang nangyari? From positive 1, naging 0 na siya. So, sabi sa Jedon Roa, this is my personal mnemonics. Yung nasa mnemonics online is Leo and Ger or Jer. But this one, dinagdagan ko yung Don and Owa. Kasi, if there is a decrease in the oxidation number, the process is reduction. So dito, you will notice that there is from positive 1 naging 0, na-decrease. Dahil nag-decrease yung kanyang oxidation number, the process, or this is the reduction half reaction. Okay? So this is a reduction half reaction. Okay, this time, for aluminum and copper, the reaction for aluminum and copper. So si aluminum, so I will just write here the charge, 0. And then Cu, obviously this is 2 positive, this is 3 positive, and Cu, 0. I will just write the half reaction, but you will tell me if it is oxidation or reduction half reaction. So let us start with 2 aluminum. 2Al na naging 2Al3 positive. So ito. So from 0 siya naging 3 positive. Is this the oxidation half reaction or reduction half reaction? Kindly type in your answer. This is for aluminum. I'm pertaining to aluminum. Is it an oxidation half reaction or reduction half reaction? Okay, may mga nakapagsagot na. Let us see. We have, sabi ni Lloyd Palais, ni Andrea, ni Riza, ni Franco, ni Sheena, ni Renz, Hatcherlin, Clement, Angelo, Ella, Nelly, Denzel, Jelay, Marichu, Charlemagne, Daniel, Jade, Sheena, Haifa, Angelo, ayan, Jelay, Denzel, Nelly, Ella, John Ray Matamu, ayan, Sabina, Ella, Lagok, Ja, Raven, Trisha, Junior, Junimi, Raven. So, oxidation half reaction. Sabi din ni Sunshine, ni Queenie, ni Trisha Galindo. Okay. So, this is an oxidation half reaction. Kasi nga, pag sinabi nating oxidation half reaction, there is an increase in the oxidation state. Pansinin nyo, from 0, naging 3 positive. So, syempre, hindi ko natatanungin yung susunod kasi obvious na that is our reduction half reaction. Okay. So, yung ating reduction half reaction ay 3Cu, 2 positive, and 3Cu, 0. So, mapapansin nyo, sabi sa reduction, there is a decrease in the oxidation number. From 2 positive, naging 0 siya. So, na-decrease ang kanyang oxidation number. So, this is reduction half reaction. Okay. The reason why I thought I reviewed you on how to assign oxidation number and how to write half reaction because we will be needing that. That is a foundation para makapag-balance tayo ng redox reaction. Katulad din ito ng balancing chemical equation, pero dito ang binabalance natin ay yung mga charges. And I know, and na-excite din kayo kasi medyo challenging din tong topic na ito. So the next slide will show to you a redox reaction in acidic solution. Okay, so dichromate reacts with chloride ion to form chromium 3 ion and chlorine gas. So let us identify muna, let us identify muna the charges of individual element. So alam natin ang overall charge daw. So palitan ko lang yung color ko. Gawin ko green. Okay. The overall charge is 2 negative. We know that oxygen is negative 2. Oxygen is negative 2. That will give us to negative 14. Okay, so negative 2 times 7 is negative 14. Pero kailangan daw, the overall charge is 2 negative. So what we need is positive 12 in here. So positive 12. That positive 12 will be from chromium. So what number am I gonna put here for me to have positive 12? So alam naman natin na ang magiging charge ng chromium, na ang possible charge of chromium is, sabi ni Jaya, chromium positive 6. So 6 times 2 is positive 12. 12 plus negative 14, that will give us negative 2 as overall charge of dichromate. Now, plus negative chloride ion. So alam natin na this is negative 1. This one is chromium ion. The charge is 3 positive. I'm just rewriting it. Next, this one has a charge of 0. Okay, that's the chlorine gas. Okay, thank you for participating in the comment section. You're typing in your answer for chromium. Okay, first is write the half reaction. So in this equation, the half reaction is yung Cl negative at naging Cl negative 1, naging 0. Is this an oxidation or a reduction? Kindly type in your answer. Is this half reaction, oxidation, or reduction, half reaction? Okay, so let us wait sa ating mga students na very eager to learn. So sa Cl negative becomes Cl2. What is the half reaction? Yes, sabi ni Renz Kalaw, that is oxidation. Correct. Sabi ni Jelay, sabi ni Renz, oxidation, that is correct. Kasi from negative 1, naging 0. So sabi natin pag oxidation, nag-i-increase ang kanyang oxidation number. So this is our oxidation half reaction. And of course, the remaining would be our reduction half reaction. So dito, in this two half reaction, naisulat na natin, di ba sabi dyan, write the half reaction. Next, balance the atoms other than O and H. Be particular, you may jot this down kasi these are the steps on how to balance equation in acidic solution. So, balance the atoms other than O and H. So, dito, other than O and H. So, hindi muna si O daw, yung mga atoms daw. So, si Cl dito sa product side, we have 2. So, dito, we only have 1. So, lalagyan natin ng coefficient na 2 on that part. Next, sa baba naman, ano naman yung ibabalance natin na hindi oxygen at hindi rin hydrogen? So, we have chromium. Sa reactant side, we have 2. Sa product side, we only have 1. So, we must have coefficient here na 2. Okay? Next, nabalance na natin yung atoms other than O and H. I hope nakakasunod kayo mga students. Next is balance the O by adding water. Balance the O by adding water. Maipito tayong oxygen dito. So, i-balance natin yung kanyang oxygen. So, by adding water, kung may 7 oxygen, 7 water ang idadagdag natin. However, nadagdagan yung ating hydrogen. Nag-balance nga si oxygen pero si hydrogen nadagdagan. Then wala namang oxygen sa isang half reaction, so proceed na tayo sa next step. Balance the H by adding H positive. Kung ang oxygen nyo na-balance na 7 oxygen, 7 oxygen, itong hydrogen, 7 times 2, 14, kailangan maglagay din tayo on the other side. So, mag-add tayo ng 14H positive. So far, nakakasunod pa po tayo kung bakit tayo nagdagdag ng water. Okay, kaya tayo nagdagdag ng water kasi may 7 oxygen dito. And then, nagkaroon ng hydrogen dito, we have to balance it. So on the other side, nagdagdag tayo. Balance the H by adding H positive. Next, balance the charges by adding electrons. Now, meron na tayong, balance na yung ating mga atoms, yung other than atoms, yung H tsaka O, yung other than O and H, na balance na rin natin. Now we're going to balance the charges by adding electrons. So let us add let us balance the charges muna sa oxidation half reaction. This one, yung negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Since this is equal to 0, okay, lagyan natin dito, this is equal to 0, hindi siya balance. 2 negative, tas this one is equal to 0, kailangan natin maglagay dito ng 2 negative. And para mangyari yon, kailangan nating dagdagan siya ng 2 electron. Okay? Next. Diyon sa kabilang half reaction naman, let us balance it. Yung first half reaction natin ay na-balance na. Okay? This is already balanced. Next, 14 positive plus 2 negative, magbabase tayo hindi sa oxidation state ng bawat element, sa overall state ng buong compound. So 2 negative. Next is 3 times 2, this will give us positive 6, and kahit 7 pa yan, times 0 is 0. So in here, we have 14 positive plus negative 2, this will give us 12. This will give us, yes, positive 12. Pero dito sa kabila ay meron tayong positive 6. So ang mag-a-adjust sa atin ay yung kabila kasi positive 12 siya, yung kabila positive 6. So kailangan nating magbigay ng electron on the reactant side para maging balance na siya. Remember na ang ibig sabihin ng LEO ay loss of electron or loose electron oxidation. Pansinin niyo to. Itong part ng ating half reaction to, nag-lose siya ng electron. Saan natin makikita ang electrons? Diba nasa product side? Diba pag sinabing nag-lose ng electron, nare-release yung electron, nasa product side. Then, pag naman nag-gain ng electron, nasa reactant side, nag-gain. So, yun ang ating palatandaan na tama yung ating ginagawa kasi again ulitin ko, pag oxidation dapat nasa product side yung dinagdag nating electron kasi nga loss yung electron niya. Then kapag reduction dapat nasa reactant side siya kasi nga nag-gain siya ng electron. Okay. Now that we have balanced the charges, so pag in-add niyo yan, 6 negative plus 14 plus 2 negative will be equal to 6 positive. Balance na rin tong equation na ito, yung charge na equation na yan. Okay, the next step would be make the number of electron equal and add the half reaction. Pansinin niyo to, this is 6 electron, this is 2 electron. Di ba sabi pag nag-lose ng electron, dapat kung ano yung na-lose, yun din yung mag-gain. Pero bakit in this case, hindi siya parehas? So, kailangan equal yung kanyang electron na na-lose at saka yung na-gain. So, what we're gonna do is we're going to multiply that with 3. So, parang sa mathematics natin, distributive property. So, imumultiply natin to sa lahat ng nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, this will be, so yan, iniluwagan ko lang po, 3 times 2Cl will give us 6Cl. Then 3 times Cl will be 3Cl2 plus 6 electron. So yan yung ating first half reaction. Our next half reaction, kung mapapansin nyo, nagawa na natin tong 6 electron. So yung lost electron, 6 na. Yung gain electron, 6 na. So we'll just copy that. 6 electron, 14 proton, Cr2O7, 2 negative, and 2Cr, 3 positive, and water. Okay, now that we have the same electron, Okay, we will just copy. Ang kokopyahin natin ay ito. Sama-sama muna sila. Okay, 6Cl plus 6 electron plus 14 proton or H positive plus dichromate will form, then pagsasamahin naman natin itong side naman na to. So 3 chlorine gas plus 6 electron plus 2 Cr3 positive plus 7 H2O. Okay, so luluwagan ko lang ulit. So ayan yung naisulat natin kanina. So you will notice na nagparehas na yung ating electron. Okay, pwede natin siyang makancel. So cancelin natin yung dalawang electron and then we will just copy the remaining species. So we have substances. 6Cl negative plus 14 protons plus dichromate will form 3Cl2 plus 2 chromium 3 ion plus 7 water. So that is the answer sa pagbalance natin ng redox reaction in acidic solution. Para malaman nyo if your answer is correct, so you may check it by inspecting the number of atoms. So magsimula tayo sa number of atoms. We have Cl, H, Cr, and O. So balance natin. So atom inspection, ang ating chlorine ay 6, 14 ang hydrogen, 2 ang chromium, and oxygen natin ay 7. Ang chlorine natin ay 6, ang hydrogen ay 14, chromium is 2, oxygen is 7. So ayan, 3, 6, chromium ay 2, and then hydrogen is 14 and oxygen ay 7. So by atom inspection, balance siya. Now let us inspect naman the charges. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. Then this one is 14 positive. This one is 2 negative. So negative 6 plus 14 positive plus 2 negative, that will give us a total of positive 6. So tingnan naman natin on the other side. Si Cl ay 0. This one is positive 6. This one is 0. So this will give us a total of positive 6 as well. So balance na siya. So yan ang dalawang paraan for us to know if our answer is correct. By atom inspection and also by checking also all the charges kapag pareho sila, kapag balance sila. Okay? So, I hope may natutunan po tayo ngayong hapon. That example is for acidic solution. You may look for video for related to basic solution. Limited lang kasi yung time natin sa ETUlay, so pero pinilit ko talaga na medyo maging detalyado ang ating pagsosolve step by step para makasunod din yung mga ibang estudyante. So again, maraming salamat sa inyong pag-attend sa ating ETUlay online tutorial. So I'm praying that you're all safe, that we are all safe and away from any danger, any virus. So pray lang tayo. Magkita-kita ulit po tayo sa susunod na Monday, 5:20 to 6 o'clock for our quarter 4, week 5 lesson. So I guess that's about standard cell potential. So that would be all. Thank you for attending. May God bless us all. To God be the glory.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula alauna ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa English. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!